Fellas, I've been telling y'all for a while that AEW has the best women's division on wrestling TV. Brian, unfortunately, does not agree with me, but I think after Wednesday on Dynamite, there's really no way you can disagree with me because look at what they did with Toni Storm. She came in from WWE frustrated with this stupid rock star character, and now she switched it on to doing something that she wants to do, apparently. She's mastered this character. They built this great story between her and Mariah May, and we see, whoa, yo, what's going on with Mariah in that picture? Oh, that's Toni? Okay, yeah, let's keep going.
Okay,
They built a great story here, and we got one of the best visuals on Wednesday night with Toni Storm in a bloodbath. While over at WWE, their women's champion is being booked in a thotty role. Getting straddled by Dominic Mysterio, sitting down in the corner with Dominic Mysterio's head in between her legs. She's not getting any matches. Rhea Ripley is finally coming back, but in this women's championship feud between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio's in the middle of it. Now, we saw this problem before with James Ellsworth, where he was actually the guy who won like the first women's Money in the Bank. Now, I think this is a problem that Vince McMahon had for a long time, and now we're seeing Triple H have those same issues in WWE. So, Brian, I got to ask you to tell me the truth. Who is booking their woman better? Is it Tony Khan or is it Triple H?
I enjoy both for what they are.
No.
I think it's two very. I think it's two.
No.
I think. Hold on. I think it's two very different situations in this case.
But if you were booking your woman's champion to be a strong champion, would you book your woman like Tony Khan's booking his, or would you book her like Triple H is booking his?
I mean, bro, it's two different situations. You can't sit here like one is doing a story like a sexual storyline, and the other one is doing a storyline where they just fight for who's the best in the ring.
No. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
Tony's storyline was very sexual too with Mia Shirko or whoever.
They were kissing, and all three of them was kissing in the middle of the ring.
Kissing the ring.
Okay. They were kissing the ring in the middle of the ring, but we had all women involved in that feud. This is the women's division with the women's champion, and they were building up the relationship between Toni Storm and Mariah May to get to this moment. So there was actually a reason they were kissing and doing all of that stuff because they were building their bond. So when Mariah May did that heel turn, it makes her the biggest heel on the AEW women's roster. So, Brian, we're going to give Kiddo, we're going to give Brian a moment to collect his thoughts.
Okay.
What do you think about the booking between these two companies? Who's doing it better?
I can collect my thoughts too, man. Look, I think I have to go so far with the WWE because AEW has been really inconsistent with Toni Storm. Is she a face? Is she a heel?
I really thought he was going to come in here and cook.
Is she happy? If she's sad? And it was like ununderstandable, the storyline. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to kiss? What is going on here? What they were doing in AEW was super confusing up until the last moment when Mariah May finally turned on Toni Storm and they got serious. Keep this energy. Let's talk a couple months later. I might have a completely different answer for you. And honestly, it's easy for me to get won over by AEW because, the match thing and Toni Storm, her overall character work is amazing. I love it. And she's great in the ring as well, especially compared to Liv Morgan, who barely has any matches. And whenever she has matches, they're obviously not the focal point. Like, you never go into a Liv Morgan match saying like, I wonder what's going to happen. You know, what kind of cool action I'm going to get in this match. You're just waiting for the story, which there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to remember, WWE is a wrestling company at the end of the day. So we need some wrestling as well. So like the plus for me right now, the reason why I say WWE is because the story is just so much fun. There's just every week, so many funny moments, interesting moments, and like it's been consistent too. And we know where this storyline is heading. We're still in the middle of it. We still have a lot of things we gotta live through, and no pun intended, by the way. And like I'm excited for it. Rhea Ripley coming back. Like there's so much cool stuff that's going to happen with Liv and Dom. And you say Dom is in the focal point in this, but no, Liv is literally trying to destroy the Judgment Day, and she was about to be successful, especially if Damian lost his match against Seth Rollins. She was, taking Dom away, and she might still do it. So you look at Liv, she's succeeding. Could it be better? Obviously, you can book this perfectly. You can iron out those, weird storyline inconsistencies and all that. But Like out of all the feuds in the WWE and in wrestling world in general, like every week when this storyline comes on, I just sit back and watch it because I know I'm in for a good time. Again, the problem with the Toni and her angles is like it's always weird. I mean, before this feud, right? They had who? Serena Deeb. I'll ask you again. Who against her? Like, who cared? Nobody. Not even you, Kenny. So, I don't know.
But it's not about who she's going up against because Toni Storm is the one who's always going to make it interesting. And then you still had the dynamic between Mariah May and Toni Storm that they were building on. Now, listen to y'all. Toni Storm right now is paying that AEW tax because Kiddo just said, yeah, Toni Storm's great. She's doing her thing over there. I don't know if she's a face or a heel, so I'm going to say WWE is better. But here's wrong with WWE. And he gave us a whole list of things wrong with the WWE storyline, but still said WWE is better.
Yeah.
Like, what you just explained to me just made me sound like you like the AEW story better.
Not at all.
But you're just saying WWE because
even with all that
AEW
faults,
has to pay that tax. Now, what about Bayley? Because you know what? There's a whole lot of stuff we can get on with Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Another thing you said in there was WWE is a wrestling company, and Liv Morgan's not having any wrestling matches to kind of stand on her WWE Women's Championship. Because why is she the Women's Champion? Why is this story with the Women's Championship is centered around? It does not make sense at all, especially if WWE is a wrestling company.
It makes sense.
And you don't know if Toni Storm is a face or a heel. Is Liv Morgan a face or is Liv Morgan a heel?
Liv Morgan is a heel, brother.
It's so obvious.
It's very obvious. Liv Morgan said, "I'm going to take everything from you, Rhea," and that's the whole point of her having a title.
So the Judgment Day are heels and Liv Morgan are heels?
Mm-hmm.
She's a heel too?
Damien is a tweener, looking like a face right now, and everybody else is a heel in and around the Judgment Day. And Rhea Ripley,
if you watch Raw every week, if you haven't caught on to that, brother, then you're the problem.
So you got all the heels just doing it up on Raw. That's how wrestling works. If we're talking about we don't know if somebody's a face or a heel. That's how wrestling works. You put all the heels.
Liv Morgan is a heel. What are we arguing about?
Exactly who was a
heel.
Okay,
if Liv Morgan's a heel, why is she feuding with the heels? That doesn't make sense.
Rhea Ripley is listed internally as a babyface, and everybody cheers for Rhea.
Backstage, I mean, we're not.
Everybody cheers for Rhea though.
We're not backstage.
Everybody cheers for Rhea.
Everybody cheers for the heels.
Everybody cheers for Rhea. Is not a heel. She is not a heel. I don't know how to tell you. She's not a heel.
Who's not a heel?
Rhea Ripley is not a heel.
You got a baby face in a group with heels?
Brother, Rhea's been getting cheered since
the beginning. Okay, but I'm asking. I'm talking about
the beginning
writing now. So the question was about
it's very clear that ever since Liv Morgan injured Rhea Ripley is the face, Liv Morgan is the heel, and that's why Liv Morgan has the title. Just to go back to your question of why she has the title, why is this censored? The whole point of this whole thing is because Liv Morgan wants to take everything that began with the title. Now it's going to Dom. Now it's going to the Judgment Day. And now you see Finn Balor and JD McDonough are tag team champions because of her, essentially. It just all makes sense. Dominic Mysterio beat his dad for the first time because of her.
Okay,
so,
I got a question though, Brian. So you're saying the writing is good here with Rhea Ripley in a group with heels. Your baby face. I guess you're talking about internal writing. So your top internal baby face on Raw is in a heel group.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty clear.
I think the writing is great. Yeah. You can't just rip her out the group and make her a face. Something needs to happen. She's clearly the face.
They're playing it slow and like crazy. They're doing it, one by one. It's not like one day I'm the baby face, the other day I hate Judgment Day, I'm out of here. No, it's happening naturally. So yeah, like I like it too. It's pretty clear where everybody stands. And the Toni Storm problem with her being a face heel, what's going on? It's not exclusive to her storyline, by the way. There's a lot of storylines like that in AEW. Why does she have to be a
face or a heel is what I don't understand why that's a problem. Was Stone Cold a face or the heel?
Why is Darth Vader a bad character? Why is Luke Skywalker a face? Why is Stone Cold is a face, by the way? Let's get that straight. He was a face.
Stone Cold's a face. All the crazy stuff Stone Cold was doing, he's a face.
Yeah, John Cena was killing people too in his prime time, and he was a face, even though we hated it.
John Cena was a face. Stone Cold was out there beating up his boss and everything. He was a tweener.
John Cena was beating up Miss McMahon too and killing Nexus the day they spawned into the building, destroying their careers, inviting Alex Riley to the bus. Oh, what's that?
There's no question. John Cena's definitely a face. But I mean, you think about guys like The Undertaker too. Like it doesn't always have to be face or heel. I mean, y'all talk about old school wrestling. That's old school. You know, we can do stuff new. Like why does Toni Storm have to align herself one way or the other?
It does have to be face or heel. Absolutely has
And
to be face or heel.
I don't think she has to.
You can look at if you wonder what they are, you can look at what tunnel they come out of. If you're curious,
Bro, what? No.
Look at what
It's
tunnel they come out
AEW's
of.
job to make it clear, just like the WWE, to understand, make us understand. That's easy, and you do it by good moments, good character writing. That's it.
Then again, bro, I'm not gonna crap on the AEW storyline too much because I'm actually enjoying it for what it is. But I also don't like the comparison of it's very different writing, and there's two very different reasons.
Lean on isn't as good.
Oh, I think the Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio storyline is better, if that's your question. But what I'm saying is that
so Liv Morgan. So my question is, so is Liv Morgan being booked as a stronger champion than Toni Storm?
Storyline wise,
not storyline. Period.
In ring, no. But who's the more interesting character right now? Liv.
Toni Storm.
Liv is because she has an interesting storyline.
Just because they make Liv Morgan bleed on Monday Night Raw, brother, that don't mean Toni Storm.
Toni Storm was the best woman in wrestling before she bled or anything. I mean, that just added another layer to the onion.
Listen, I agree with you.
Liv Morgan is not good. Liv Morgan has never been good.
Toni Storm has one of the most, right now, since this whole thing started in AEW with her, with this Marilyn Monroe character, is one of the best women characters. I'll give you that. But trying to compare this storyline to Liv Morgan's storyline, both
Morgan
good.
She's not even better than Mercedes Moné.
Liv Morgan. I mean, I agree. The booking, though, the booking for Liv Morgan has been more consistent.
Or nothing. Liv Morgan is not. Liv Morgan is
very clear. It's very clear.
We're lighting the crowd on fire with the mic.
Liv Morgan is in a compelling storyline right now, and she's making it work. The little details, bro. When she wins a match, she be talking to the title and talking about Rhea, making sure that Rhea is still in people's minds. Like, hey, bro, she's been doing fantastic work. You can say what you want, compare her to overpaid Monet. It don't matter. Liv Morgan has been doing some fantastic work.
Fantastic is crazy.
Champion. She has. If you, bro, at the end of the day, bro, WWE and AEW, yes, they are both wrestling companies, but we all gotta agree, bro. WWE is mostly focused on the entertainment, and if we want to talk about the entertainment aspect, Liv Morgan is whooping that ass out the park.
That is insane, bro. Liv Morgan can't even cut a promo.
What? Okay. No, she had
no promo, not good on the mic, not good in the ring. All she's good at is kicking Dominic Mysterio, bro. That's the only way she's getting over.
Okay, bro, and that's fun. And if you really want to talk about it, we agree that Rhea Ripley is a good wrestler. Hold on, before you go on a tangent. Rhea Ripley is good, isn't she?
She's fine.
Okay.
She's not fine. She's like one of the best women's wrestlers of all time.
Oh, so on the mic, she's good. So Rhea Ripley's good on the mic?
I agree. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is
Rhea Ripley's good on the mic is what I'm saying. Because I need to know about this full package I'm talking about. So y'all saying Rhea Ripley is good on the microphone.
Yeah, she's
I don't know why you're so focused
on
packages,
Ripley has the same problem Swerve Strickland has. She is not confident on the mic and she gets
hold on. I'm going to tell you right now.
Sit up here and tell me Rhea Ripley is good on the microphone.
You keep discrediting Liv Morgan because bro, at the beginning of Rhea's run, it was all centered about the Judgment Day. And we are in a general consensus that we feel Rhea Ripley is one of the best. But her storyline was generally around the Judgment Day, and people were even saying, where is Rhea's reign going for a little bit? It turned around after, but for a little bit, they're like, bro, Rhea ain't doing nothing. What's she doing for the women's division? What's she doing? But right now, we're in a general consensus that she is one of the best women's wrestlers.
She's not better than Toni Storm, but I mean that shows more of your booking right there because you're saying people were asking like, "What's going on with Rhea? Why is she not doing anything?" That's Triple H.
But that was because
the second they put a man in there and they get everybody kissing and hugging and giving dome in the ring. Now everybody loves
Toni Storm was kissing other women, bro, and that was going viral as it is.
Like last week, by the way. I mean, like. Before this turn
forbidden door.
That's storytelling. In AEW, there was a reason that was happening. They were storytelling.
There's not a reason why this is happening now.
Yeah, there was a reason. It just wasn't good. Like there are 20 million storylines in AEW, but like one or two of them are good.
And hold on. So there's not a reason right now that Liv Morgan is doing everything she's doing. That's what you're saying.
Liv Morgan Is Liv Morgan carrying feuds as she's doing this stuff with Dominic Mysterio?
Brother, and Toni Storm is in the same feud as she's
No.
kissing.
Toni Storm has been in a feud with a different woman every month leading up to every pay-per-view and still building her partnership with Mariah May at the same time. Who gets to Wembley?
Listen, brother.
Quality over quantity.
I
don't remember what Toni Storm has done.
It was against Zelina Vega a week ago or two.
Zelina Vega. Well, who did she beat? When was the last time Zelina won a match?
Why are you even crapping on Zelina Vega? What she do to you?
She sucks, bro. She sucks.
No.
She doesn't suck. She's
nobody.
Suck. Bro, every time she goes out for a title match,
Zelina Vega
about being over. Zelina Vega is one of the most over wrestlers when she's in title matches. Let's be honest.
What?
Bro, have you listened to the crowd when Zelina Vega comes out?
Though. Yeah, you can't deny that. You can act like
it doesn't happen. Go look at her match.
You can act like that doesn't happen.
Puerto Rico match because that's a given. Go look at her last match on Raw. The crowd is always behind her.
Bro, nobody cares about Zelina Vega. And there's absolutely no way she's going to win any match, any title match or anything when she's in that ring because WWE just does not win.
Let's give Kenny this. Like, Zelina Vega is never going to win a match, but at least she gets a reaction, unlike Serena Deeb, which was the last opponent of Toni Storm, where we know she's not going to win a match, and she gets zero reaction. Absolutely zero reaction from anybody when she was trying to cut a promo. And again, she was supposed to be the heel,
that was
and she tried to turn face.
Of her working out?
Yeah.
Y'all think I'm about to sit up here and defend Serena
Deeb. That's who I don't care about.
Y'all must be lost your mind because Serena Deeb is who I don't care about, but
Serena
Vega is on that same level.
And I ain't even trying to slander her. But come on, bro. She ain't have nothing popping for her, and she was getting pushed like a big old giant. No, dog. They had
Liv Morgan, because bro, Liv Morgan's not popping, man. And we're not even going to talk about Bayley. We're not even going to talk about Bayley.
Liv Morgan is more popping than any AEW women's wrestler on your roster if you want to talk about over. She's more over than Toni Storm.
Is Liv Morgan over?
Yeah.
I don't think Liv Morgan.
We're talking about the booking. She has a better booking. That's why she's like the center of attention too right now.
Because you guys are insane.
At the end of the day, listen.
If you think what Liv Morgan's doing,
Kenny, let me ask you
this. Over there degrading women, and if y'all think that's better than empowering women,
you're acting like everybody is going around kissing people over there. This is just a Morgan storyline. You got other women's storylines.
Answer this question, Kenny. Let me ask you a question.
She had her legs open in the ring. No, Dominic Mysterio had his head in between her legs.
All right,
that is insane.
Let me ask you a question.
And it's a PDF.
Let me ask you a question. Is Toni Storm?
Why are you exposing
Toni Storm? Listen, is Toni Storm the center of AEW Dynamite? Is she like the main story
of the AEW women's division?
Okay, Liv Morgan is the center of Monday Night Raw. Now that's being booked strongly. When you watch Raw, you want to see what's going on with the Judgment Day and Liv Morgan. That's being booked strongly. You want to talk about who's being booked better? Right now, that's the strongest storyline WWE has on Monday Night Raw. Can you say the same for Toni Storm? No. So that's all I'm saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, as y'all just heard, we're talking about who books better, and he just admitted that this Liv Morgan BS is the strongest part of Monday Night Raw.
Changing the subject because he lost.
And saying no. I mean, I'm like, listen what he just said. He said this is the biggest part of Monday Night Raw.
It is.
I mean, that pretty much explains.
It's the most entertaining part.
Bro, this is terrible for one. Degrading women. No, this is the biggest part of your show.
You great. Yo, it's funny that somebody like you talks about degrading women, but you love the Attitude Era when that was the king of degrading women.
We didn't care about the women stuff. The women stuff,
panty matches.
Now people care about the women stuff
during that time, so I didn't care what the women were doing. We were like, okay, what's going on with Kane and the Undertaker? What's going on?
About the Attitude Era, and you talk about it, but that was the era of degrading women.
Okay. But I didn't care about that stuff. What was good about the Attitude Era was Stone Cold, The Rock, Vince McMahon, Triple H. You don't ever hear me talk about Sable. Well, yeah, Sable, he was pretty good. But I mean, you don't hear me talk about all these other women, Jacqueline, them pulling things out on TV. That's not what we talk about when we talk about the Attitude Era. So you can drop that. And now,
because of the better booking, we talk about it. That's the whole point that we're trying to make. It's a good
what's
story.
Better booking? What are you saying better booking? Like, what's better booking?
This has been a greatly booked storyline. Literally, it happened by accident. Liv Morgan injured Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, it feels like it was an accident. You're right. You're right about that.
And even before that, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were tag team partners. There's whole history there. Like, this didn't pop up out of nowhere. It's good. They're doing good.
And every Monday, y'all, we watch Raw together. And these guys, this story is what they don't care about. So they sitting up here lying to y'all.
What are you talking about? You're lying.
This is what none of us
And
care about.
every Wednesday, I'm trying to get like saying, okay, come to Discord. And Kenny's like, oh, I'm gonna be late every single Wednesday. I'm gonna be like 1 and 1
After
hour
the
late.
show, I watched the show. I watched the whole thing through.
I don't know.
While I'm sitting down playing Elden Ring.
We've never seen it happen, so I don't know if that's true, but trust
But
you, Kenny.
AEW Dynamite is definitely the best book show on TV. We're not even going to talk about the SmackDown Women's Champion because that is abysmal. Triple H needs to get his booking together. He needs to get some advice from Tony Khan and find out how to make these long-term plans work. That's all I'm saying.
All right.